Hi, welcome to BackChat, and today I'm joined by a very special guest, Mwiya Musokotwane, who is the CEO and co-founder of Thebe Investment Management and also the co-founder of Nkwashi. Mwiya, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. We've been trying to have this conversation with you. How's it going?
It's going well.
And what have you been up to lately?
Well, principally, I'm involved day to day in running Thebe Investment Management. We're principally a real estate development company. We also have a portfolio of other investments that we originate and manage and support. So day to day, it's building Nkwashi.
Okay, so many people know this, some may not know this, but you were on the Forbes 30 for 30 lists, or 30 under 30, and at the age of 28. And you were also on the Choiseul 200 leading economic leaders list from 2018 to 2021. Could you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, so Choiseul is it's a French fraternity of business leaders, largely from around the continent. Every year they come up with a list of pioneering entrepreneurs across the continent. Basically, it's a curation of people who are already on the list, as well as newly identified members. So I was fortunate enough to have been nominated, and so in 2019 I went out to France in Nice to get that award, and got to know a lot of people from around the continent, especially in West Africa.
Okay.
With Forbes, again, it was a similar thing. Every year they nominate business leaders, typically under 30, and then they showcase the things that they're working on. So in 2018, I was nominated, and I ended up being part of that group. And then I went to the US as well, where they had a Forbes under 30 conference that year, in which I participated.
Okay, thank you for that. So where does your business acumen come from, and how can others learn from your experience?
Well, I think it's a difficult question, because I think one doesn't necessarily believe they have acumen. I think it's more that you'll identify opportunities to serve people. So you build things that people want. And hopefully you do that in a way that endures, so that you can continue making your customers happy. So, we've been fortunate enough to have built and continue to build Nkwashi, which is a large mixed-use development down Leopard's Hill Road, with 10,000 residential plots, which we've been selling for the last several years. We've sold about 2,000 of those. I will continue to sell. And it's doing reasonably well. We provide payment plans that enable people to afford property that would otherwise not be affordable. And I think it's that ability to service that need, affordability of real estate, that has enabled us to have some success in the real estate space.
Okay, so you've spoken about Nkwashi, and also with, for lack of a better term, this slight population explosion, Zambian population is growing. Where did your interest in investment in Zambia's infrastructure development come from?
So I've always been interested in investing. When I was in high school, I read a book called The Snowball, which is a biography of a gentleman named Warren Buffett. And that book got me interested in investing professionally. Went to school for university. I studied finance and economics, which gave me an understanding of how to go about investing. And when I came back to Zambia, I worked as an analyst at a fund management business called Half-Life.
Okay.
And in that role, I was originating transactions for the business, as well as analyzing those businesses, business opportunities rather. And in so doing, I came across a lot of infrastructure-related business opportunities, mostly in commercial real estate, so things like shopping malls, hotels. And one was a small town which was being built in northwestern province. That exposure to this type of opportunities really got me interested in wanting to also do that on my own account, professionally. And that's how we ended up starting in Kwashi.
Okay, congratulations on that, by the way. And also, so based on what you just said and based on your experience in investment and real estate, what are your thoughts on the current investment landscape in Zambia? And do you think that there are significant opportunities to the international investors within this space?
Yeah, for sure. So Zambia, relative to its neighbors, has been for a very long time a peaceful place. It's been a place where laws govern the land. It's been a place where people came to take refuge from conflicts in their own countries. So from a security perspective, Zambia is a place where an investor from elsewhere in the world can come and know that they are generally protected, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing is Zambia, as I mentioned, is a place where people have come to, which means it's surrounded by other countries. And there's a lot of opportunity in the logistics space.
Yep.
There's a lot of opportunity in the transit space. There's a lot of opportunity in cold chain space. There's a lot of opportunity in anything that involves the movements of people and goods.
Okay.
And the things that support that. There's also a huge real estate opportunity to service affordable housing. You know, and so beyond real estate, beyond all these things, there's also opportunity in the financial services industry. Only about 30-40% of the population is banked. A lot more people are starting to use things like mobile money. If you include that, you're closer to probably 60-70% of the population. And so to add a lot of services above the mobile money space, I think is another huge opportunity to service the local market.
Okay, so you've mentioned logistics, real estate, and financial services. What other sectors do you believe would benefit from direct foreign investment?
Mining is another one, which is obvious. Zambia is a mining country. It has been for more than 100 years. Been mining society for thousands of years, actually. If you look at that space, it's very untapped. Less than 50% of the country is mapped. So from a mapping perspective, there's an opportunity. From an exploration perspective, there's an opportunity. From an actual mining, the things which are underground, there's an opportunity. Energy is another one. All the countries around Zambia need energy. Zambia itself needs energy. There's a huge opportunity there. Yeah.
So based on what you said, and also what our president has said about being the chief marketing officer for Zambia, what role, if any, do you think President Hakainde Hichilema has played in attracting investment into Zambia?
I think it's played a role in giving confidence to people that this is a place which is open for business. If you look at Zambia's standing internationally, whenever there's a major conference in the world, you can see that international leaders actually want to be around our president. You can see that Zambia is a story that they're interested in being a part of, because there's a turnaround happening, which is a positive one. There's a democratic dividend which Zambia is experiencing. And so I think our president has played a significant role in giving people assurance that they can come here and they'll be safe.
Okay, so what factors do you believe are key to ensuring a favorable investment climate within the country?
So there's a number of things that assure that. Number one, like I mentioned, Zambia is a country of laws. So keeping it a country of laws is important. It gives people, both Zambians and non-Zambians, the assurance of knowing that their investment is safe. The second thing that's important is policy consistency. A person wants to come into Zambia investing, knowing that over a 5, 10, 15, 20, 30-year horizon, there won't be material changes to policy. I think a thing that a lot of people don't fully appreciate is that when an investor is underwriting an investment, they're coming here, they're not doing it for 2 years. It's not a trade that they're doing where they're buying something and selling something in a day or two. You're investing in something that will last for the long haul, right? If it's a business, it's a going concern, so really it's for life. And when you are building your financial forecast, there are certain assumptions that go into that, which make you decide to invest. So there's a return profile known as an internal rate of return. And you don't want that to go below a threshold for which there's not sufficient return for your risk. And policy consistency is the thing that enables you to know that, okay, fine, I'm happy to make this investment and I will get the return that I want, right? So policy consistency is very key. The other one which is very key is performance consistency. You want to know that when you invest, inflation is not going to rise and fall haphazardly, that you're not going to have random depreciation of currency, which could wipe out your investment. Otherwise, you go somewhere else. So when you invest, you want to know that there's going to be a reasonable level of volatility. So I think what we can see is that over the last few years, there's been a lot of commitment to try and bring these things under control. And I think that bodes well for future investing into the country.
So 2024, big year. What do we expect from you? What's the focus like, and what sort of what direction is are you looking to go into?
Well, like I mentioned, we have a number of investments that we support. So we're quite eager to participate in a meaningful way in the green transition. So we're looking at forestry, we're looking at energy.
Okay.
And these are all, in our view, either infrastructure investments, which is what we already do with Nkwashi, or they're real estate investments, which again is what we do with Nkwashi. So we're really looking to just build our portfolio of investments in the infrastructure and real estate space.
Okay, thank you very much. This has been BackChat with the CEO and co-founder of Thebe Investment Management, Mwiya Musokotwane. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
And we wish you all the best for the year.